Hi guys, it's April, and yes, I'm running a touch bit late, so please forgive me for that. I am going to quickly get everything sent out on social medias because I haven't got a chance to do that yet. So let me do that real quick. What am I doing? I'm losing my mind. That's what I'm doing. Now, my first thought is that we'll do the stump today. And so I'll be using a lot of the colors I've already used since I'm having this hummingbird paint its environment. So do some of the oranges and the yellows and the greens and maybe some of the blues as the paint smattering on the log, and then find some good browns for the log. Stump? Guess it's a stump, not a log. It's still in the ground. Oh, I lost track of what I was doing. Yeah, post on threads. Not there. What am I doing? Losing my mind. What am I trying to do? Ooh, one more. One more, and I'm done. I'm promising we can get started. So yeah, I think I might try and find some good browns. I don't have a lot of browns in the Posca colored pencils, so that might influence the browns that we do for that stump. Okay, there we are. Okay. So for the Poscas, we have this range of browns. And the question is, do I want to go more of the warm tones or more of the cool tones with the actual log itself? And most of these are warm tones. Got a little bit of the cool starting to come in here. But do I want to lean more of the reds or more of the oranges? And I'm thinking I'm going to go more red because it works really well with this khaki color that I chose for the leaves. And I might actually pull in that khaki, which is number 7, into that log a little bit to bring it all together. And so I want to do the brown and the dark brown. How do I have? Yes, I've already got the dark brown pulled from earlier. So I've got 22 and 7. And the and pull 33 that what 377, which I think goes with that khaki green, at least in my brain. Well, no, that's more of the tea green, isn't it? What did I use? Did I use 104? Yeah, I used the 104 for that. Okay, so we'll do the 104, not the 322. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, that's better. But that also means I had a brown pulled that'll match the 22. Just have to remember what that was. So give me a quick sec. Wow. Give me a quick second to find that crayon. Oh my gosh. Maybe it was more organized. I thought. Did I just use the color pencil and not the actual? I don't think I have the actual marker pulled for that one. Okay, so we'll have to find that. But first I'm going to find 21 for the Posca. So I can find a good matching Pantone. Okay. So for the Pantones, we could probably do 1675. And then we don't really have a rich brown in the Pantones. I mean, we can come in here and maybe I think the closest we're gonna get is the 2319. So what did I say? 1675 and 2319. Those are those two colors. I don't have cards for these yet, so we can quickly make those. This is not the most exciting part of this process. Okay. And that is the... No, what's the number? $16.75. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. $23.19. Okay. So we'll start there. Let's put that at the top. Touches. And then we'll come back with the Posca colored pencils. Okay, now that I've got the color theory figured out, I can actually... No, I have to pull out 21. Good grief. Oh. It should be easy. Okay. Now we can get started. Oh, okay. So, how do I want to do this? It's an excellent question. So our dark one is 2319. So I think I'll hit a couple of these places. Just some of these darker tones. And then we'll come in with the green. Lightly hit some of those places to get a little bit of a dynamic color range. And then come back and hit the rest of it with 1675. And we'll get a better blend when we come back with the color pencils. Just kind of getting a quick base layer down with the markers. Okay. I do like that. Since I do quite like the start of that effect, I'm going to hit kind of all of it quickly. Fun part about this is it doesn't have to be perfect. You just gotta get the effect of a living tree stump. As long as we're working in the textured area, be very loose. With the color. It's going to get a little bit more complicated when we get to the flat part that creates the paint palette. Whoop, don't want the chisel end. Kind of like algae or moss. Throwing a little bit on the stump. And I'm doing a little less blending with these colors than I have done with the rest of this page. I think I'm going to do most of the blending with the colored pencils. A slightly different technique. I'm not being super careful at the edge of the picture because I am going to create a border, probably in black. That'll get covered up. Pardon me. Going back to the 2319. The 104. And we'll finish off those with the 1675. Okay, so that's just the base layer. Now I could go over the palette part mainly with just the 1675. Oh, but I almost want, see, the problem is I went really red with the brown. I almost want to shift it a little bit more neutral for this top part. I don't know if I can do that without, because I don't have lighter in that shade. So we're gonna run with it. We're gonna see what happens, and I'm gonna come in. So I'm gonna do a base with a 1675 on the base of the color palette, And then I'm going to come in with some other colors for adding some depth. Just try my hardest not to get any of that color into the paint splotches. Get too far ahead of yourself. So to me, this is a water cup. So the stuff around it is just standing puddled water. It means it's just going to show the color of the original palette underneath. But I'll make it look more like water as we work through this. So we'll let that dry. But I think for now we are done with these three. But that'll flatten out as it dries. Now we will start running with the Posca colored pencils. I'm going to start with the khaki green. And some of that mossy look that I am trying to go for. And then we've got 22, which is the dark brown. Really hit those areas that I want heated. And I'm going to go over some of the areas with the 21, which is just the regular brown. I have to come in with an eraser and clean up some of the colored pencils down here on the border before I go back in with a marker. See how that kind of makes it more natural looking as you start to blend over top of those markers. The thing about bark is it's so textured looking. I've just grabbed the 22 again, which is what, the dark brown? Coming back with the 21. Blend that shading a little bit. I want to make sure that there isn't really a whole lot of texture on the palette. because it is supposed to be a smoother surface. You still need a sense of depth. Okay. Here's where things are gonna get a little weird for half second. And I'm gonna be a little all over the place trying to get the colors for you as I'm using it. I want to quickly, yeah, at this point, my little color swatches are a bit of a mess. Have a little grace. Okay, one, using the white. We can do, get the Posca. Let that sit there and dry. Okay. So we can do, maybe do some of the orange into dark red. I'm going to come back over that with what I got. Okay. Got 1655, 03, and D1. Don't need a lot of the super dark. This is where I've probably run into a little bit of snag because I need to wait for those to dry. So while I'm waiting for that, I can do maybe the blues. Okay. The blues done. And the orange done. Which means we can maybe do the greens up here. That's where I had the brown already out. Or the greenish, whatever you want to call that color. This one, and 104. So the real question is, what do I do those last couple of swatches? And I might keep these blank until I do the background. Because then I can expand the color palette as if at some point the little hummingbird is going to paint the background, but I do want to add a little bit of yellow. It's just going to be this one right here. So those are kind of all of the markers we have used so far that aren't the Stump color. So we're going to start with some of the, oops, sorry. That one back out at some point. These are all my marker colors, I believe. Where did one orange I had go? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to grab the light orange and a light yellow. Where's the white? Ah, it is. Okay. And use 2 reds. Suppose I could just quickly hit all the really highlighty spots with white. Okay. The greens. I guess I should do the blues first, since greens probably still need a second to dry. Don't have a super light blue, so I'll probably just have to use the white for that. Number 9. Really need much of that one. Okay, that's the blues. Now the greens. I have them in my hand already. Okay. Now I'll come back with the Posca pen and make a mess of things. What's wrong, Albie Bear? Kind of like how it's making those colors pop. Oh, don't want to forget the yellow. Okay. I might, at some point as I get further into this page, and I come back and do the rest of these color splotches, I might darken some of those shadows a bit. But you can kind of see that these now kind of match that color and how each of these colors appears somewhere on the page as if hummingbird is painting this picture. So that is, I think, where I'm going to call it for today. Been at this for what? About an hour at this point, which is kind of what I was expecting for this piece. And we'll be back again next weekend. I think we'll shift to the hummingbird. And I think that'll be, I'll do the hummingbird and the paintbrushes. And then do one more session after that to finish up the background and the border. And I think we'll be done with this piece. And I'll switch over to a Joanna's Christmas page. And I might do a couple surprise streams with that one. But I'm still trying to figure out my schedule for that. So no promises exactly when that's going to happen. But that should be, that's my tentative plan in my head. So I will definitely put up notifications when I finally decide what I'm doing for all of that. So if you aren't subscribed, subscribe so you can get the little notification and set the reminder that I'm going live. But I will also always post across several social medias that I am going live, so you can catch me over on Threads and Instagram. And of course, oh no. Oh, don't know where that sneeze came from. I don't know what I'm saying. I think I love that you guys were here. I like how this piece is coming together, and I do hope I will see you guys again next time, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.